right, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of SideQuest Podcast. Listen in and level up. I have a great episode for you today, but first, as always, let's get through the show notes. If you're not following the Facebook page, head over to Facebook, type SideQuest Fitness into the search bar, and like the page. There, you're going to get updates on podcast episodes, articles when they get posted, and you're going to get a brand new taco recipe every Tuesday for taco camp. Plus lots of other shenanigans and nerd talk throughout the week, so make sure you head over to Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is SideQuestFM. If you want to see some cool videos and random stuff on Instagram as well, you can follow me on Instagram, same handle, SideQuestFM, or follow me on Snapchat, SideQuestFit. Follow me there. Send me your questions. I want to get all the questions from you, help you as much as I can on your fitness journey or your journey in life, whatever it may be. But head over to Snapchat, SideQuestFit. Follow me there. You get a little more personal, in-depth look at the shenanigans I get into throughout every day. But I do love getting questions from the community, so please send them out to me. If you have not left a review for the podcast, please head over to iTunes. If you're not listening on iTunes and you listen on SoundCloud or Stitcher, leave a review there as well. When you leave reviews, it helps me move up the charts on the iTunes store so that more people can see and hear the amazing guests that I've had on and have on each and every single week. So make sure you head over there. And don't forget, if you haven't picked up your copy of the 7 Principles of Fat Loss, head over to sidequestfitness.com/7 principles, and you can pick up your copy of the 7 Principles of Fat Loss. These are the same 7 principles I follow each and every day and teach my clients to help them shred away more body fat, unlock heroic strength, and just look better naked. So if you want to unlock strength or just look better naked in the mirror, head over again, grab those 7 principles of fat loss, and start following those today. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. So over the last few months, you have heard me talking about my online clients, and you've heard from a few of my online clients as well about what they've done on their fitness quest with me. With summer heading in, I am taking a few more clients on to help people get ready for summer, help you get ready for bikini season or swimsuit season, or maybe this is your first time. Maybe you've decided that that's it. You want to get in shape, and you need someone to help you with your journey. On your journey, you need a Gandalf and a Samwise to guide you as you head into Frodo. And I am your Gandalf and Samwise, all packed in to one. I am taking on a few more clients. If you are interested, head over to sidequestfitness.com/coach and check out the page. You can apply there. You can find out more about what coaching entails and also see some of the amazing transformations that my clients have had while working with me. So head over to sidequestfitness.com/coach and apply today. All right, guys, welcome to the show. I have a great show for you today. A great question came in from a client of mine, longtime client, asking about rest days. I know, they kind of suck. You really enjoy hitting it in the gym, lifting the weights, being active, but rest days, they're important. But he wanted to know a few questions about them, so I'm combining all 3 questions into one episode. We're going to talk about how to make rest days less boring, how to make them more effective, and why you actually need to take rest days, and the best tips for optimal recovery. All right, let's get into the show and find out about rest days.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records and with the help of the guests you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key bamf right here. You wanna meet him, there's no better way to greet him than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.
Rest days. The day you're not in the gym. The day you are resting. You know, there's a lot of memes online about, oh God, rest days. And you could see all the stuff like people upset, crying babies. That one with like the stick figure like lying on its face like side down. And it's like, oh God, it's a rest day. But here's the thing about rest days. And it's something that I've had to come to terms with over my long tenure of my fitness quest, is that they're probably more important than the actual days you work out. Now, I know that sounds kind of weird and silly. Like, you have to work out. You got to burn the calories. You got to break the muscle down. But rest is where you recover. Rest is where you build the muscle, where your body begins to make new lean muscle and burns, fat as well. But so many of us don't get enough rest. And I don't mean just sleep. I don't mean lying on the couch and watching Netflix. I mean actively not working out that muscle group. So let's say you had a leg day and the next day after is a day off, and the next day, might be an upper body day, but you have a day in between. So how can you make those days more effective? How can you make rest days less boring? You still want to move, you want to have some fun. What can you do? And then what are tips? That's what we're going to go over in this episode. We're going to cover all of the rest day things. Here's the thing. Do you need rest days? Yes and no. And I know I just said you do need them, and I'm saying yes and no. But if you're not doing extremely extraneous, high intensity things, like if you're lifting at 75 to 90% every day, you're going to kill your central nervous system. You're going to stall growth. You're going to stall your strength gains eventually. You can't do that 7 days a week. You just cannot do it. We are not fucking superheroes. And by superheroes, I mean Superman, who can just do whatever he wants every day because he's powered by the sun. But that doesn't mean that when you take a day off, you just sit on the couch and munch on Oreos and watch whatever is on Netflix or whatever. You can still be active. You can do something different and fun. You can walk, you can hike, and I'll go over all of that. But giving those muscles rest from high intensity is key. Low intensity, fine. But let's go into that. Let's go into how to make rest days less boring, and then we'll go into how to make them effective and the tips. So I used to hate rest days just because I love training. I do. I really love lifting weights. I love being in the gym. I love pushing myself strength-wise or conditioning-wise. I really, honestly love it. It's my time to grind and level up in the gym. But how do you make them less boring? And this was something that I wrote a very, very long time ago in a very, very old article about how to make rest days, 4 rainy rest day activities. So there's nothing worse than you're oh, I'm going to go for a walk tomorrow. And then Mother Nature's ha, fuck you, rain. Well, how can you have fun inside? What can you do? Here's a few things you can do to make your rest day less boring, especially coming up in the summer months. A few activities you can do. You could do a very small bodyweight routine. A bodyweight routine that's basically like yoga. You're doing some stretching. Maybe you've got some hip flexor stretches that you're doing, some lunges, squeezing that glute to let that hip flexor stretch. Maybe some glute bridges just to wake your butt up in the morning. Get that booty going. Maybe just a light set of push-ups, 10, just to get the blood flowing, get the muscles moving to start your day. There's an app, and I'm sure you guys heard about it for a while, but there's an app as well called the 7-minute workout. You could do that. It's not very high intensity, but even that, a short yoga routine. And I'm not talking 45 minutes of yoga. I mean maybe a 5-minute, 10-minute flow. The warm-up that I give my clients to do every single day is a warm-up that I think is beneficial even on a rest day. You're getting some hip movement, you're getting some quad stretches, you're getting some adductors, you're getting some upper body. You're really sort of opening that body up, letting those tight muscles get loosened a little bit to let the blood flow in and start healing. So that's something that I like to do. Let's say 10 reps of glute bridges, 10 reps of push-ups, 10 reps of a bodyweight squat in the morning just to get warmed up, and then some hip flexor stretches. So you go into a lunge position, squeeze the opposite glute, and really feel that hip flexor stretch out. Even doing things like downward facing dog. Oh, I don't do a lot of yoga, but downward facing dog is wonderful. Warrior, those basic yoga positions. Child's pose is amazing. especially after like a heavy back day. You can just let those lats stretch out, let that back stretch. But doing some light bodyweight exercises, some hip thrusts, glute bridges, planks. If you want to get a little plank in, fine. But you're not doing like a full workout, and you're not doing more than maybe one set. Really, that's it. Like 4 to 5 minutes of just a few exercises just to get the blood flowing, get the body moving a little bit, so that if you're a little bit stiff, you limber yourself up a little bit. Another great rest day activity, and really just an activity for every day of your life, a motherfucking dance party. That's right. Put on your favorite track, get your day going, get grooving, and dance it out. Anytime my clients set a PR, I have a 5-second dance party, and I usually video myself and send it to them because I think it's awesome. Put on some music, dance. Just, play some air guitar, something like, you're still moving your body and you're not being crazy and ridiculous and lifting heavy weight, but you're still moving your body and you're doing something fun, something that we all love to do. So have a dance party. Doesn't have to be 10 or 20 minutes. Again, one song, and just dance your heart out, have fun. You'll get your heart rate up, you'll feel out of breath, but you'll feel energized and you'll feel a little bit better, and burn a little, some calories. Actually, I want to go into that real quick. Something about rest days. I found a great article, yesterday, while doing some research for this. And I want to go over something that, the article touched on about rest days and calories. I think what happens a lot of times, is we assume on a rest day, okay, I did upper body yesterday. I'm in this deficit. I got to burn some calories. I'm going to go sprinting. I'm going to sprint. Burn calories. And you like freak out about burning calories. Here's what I'm going to tell you for a rest day. Don't do an activity just to burn calories. One of the things that we forget in our training and when it comes to exercise is that exercise is a stressor on the body. Now, it is a positive stressor. But guys, how stressed are you in life? Like, work is crazy. Your relationship could be verklempt right now. I don't know. You got kids. You've got obligations. Like, oh, man, I just get stressed thinking about it. Fuck. What's that doing to you? When you think about those things, you feel that shortness of breath, you feel that stress, that cortisol starting to rise. So if you're already stressed out and sore from a workout the day before, and you know you've got a busy day at work, don't go to burn calories. Don't do it to burn calories. It is so much easier to eat one less piece of bread or a little bit less food if you really want to burn some calories than to go run for 20 or 30 minutes and exhaust your body when you might already be exhausted. So keep an eye on your stress levels, especially on rest days. If you are feeling stressed out from life, don't go do something strenuous. Just a nice walk to clear your mind is perfect. That article talked a lot about how we tend to add these high intensity intervals, or we want to sprint, or we want to add more. Don't do it for the calorie burn. Do it because your body wants to move. And if your body is telling you, motherfucker, don't move. Don't move. I had a day my first week here in New York City during my internship where, like, listen, I'm going to be honest, guys. I had a crazy workout. It was fun. It was awesome. And then I kind of got a little too drunk with friends. My body felt like it was hit by a truck on Sunday. Now, I could have gone and trained. I could have gone to the gym and met up with some friends, but I didn't. I took a day off. And you know what I did on that Monday? I didn't work out either. My body was still feeling it. And I think that is a struggle for a lot of people, because you want that calorie burn. You got to get lean. You got to do it. Yes, I understand that. And I wholeheartedly support anyone who is ready to give their all and go and achieve their goals. But guys, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Listen to your body. And if your body is telling you, I swear to God, if you go to the gym today, I'm not going to do anything, and you're going to have a shitty workout because your body's tired, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't run the sprints. Don't do the circuit training. Don't, just relax. Take a day, walk, do something that is positive for you, not something just to burn calories. So that's important for rest day, something I wanted to cover. Again, do something you love that isn't strenuous, and that could be walking, that could be a dance party. One thing, and it's in the same vein, do something on your rest day that helps you chill out. If that means that you take a walk with your significant other, you take a walk with yourself and listen to a podcast, awesome. If that means that on your rest day, you play video games because you're stressed out from life, your life is all crazy, the gym, has hit you hard and you're feeling it, like, listen, if your body is telling you take some time off, do it. But do something that helps you chill out. Don't try to start a new work project that's going to add stress. Don't play a game that pisses you off, is what I'm trying to say. Sit and read comics, read some books, play an old game that you just enjoy. Don't do something that's going to add to your stress level. So do something that really helps you chill out. Some of those things can be, again, meditation, breathing, yoga, and active recovery. Active recovery is great on rest days. So that could be something like, if you really enjoy playing basketball and you don't have to play one-on-one, you don't have to play in a team, go shoot some hoops. Just go shoot. Go shoot. If you enjoy swinging a baseball bat, maybe you go to a batting cage. Maybe you just play catch with your son or your daughter or your significant other or your friends. Like, it doesn't have to be strenuous, just something you enjoy. You're still moving your body, but you're doing something that you love. And that is what it's all about. Canoeing, kayaking, I mean, those are, can be kind of strenuous, but if you just sort of relax on the river, you can enjoy that as well. Hiking, I don't know if I would necessarily say like a strenuous hike, like up a mountain, but maybe a trail or two, and you just sort of go in your park and take a walk and hike around and just see things and breathe in the air and check out nature and just relax and let your body sort of recover. That is a great way to make rest days less boring. So less boring, do some light bodyweight exercises, maybe some yoga, but nothing more than like 5 or 10 minutes. A dance party, do something you love that isn't strenuous. One thing that I used to do, that I love to do, I played rock band. Great. Loved playing rock band, on my, 360, never bought the one for the Xbox One. Playing games, something that helps you chill out. Maybe it's reading a book, maybe it's watching Star Wars. But if you're stressed out from life, don't add any more stress in. So do something that helps you chill out on those rest days. Walk, maybe play some basketball, throw some baseball, something light and easy. So something that you enjoy doing, something that adds value to your life. That is a great thing to do on a rest day. Now, how do you make those rest days more effective? Here's the thing about rest. That is when you are building the mother effing muscle. That is when your body is like, all right, we're done working out. Now it's time to start building. But rest days are also crucial to fat burning. And I'll tell you why. There's a few reasons why. Really, and I'm going to harp on it at the end, is sleep. But let's get to how to make rest days more effective. How you can make them more effective, I kind of already covered this in making them less boring, but active recovery. So foam rolling, I didn't throw that into less boring just because, let's be honest, it's not the most fun thing in the world. But foam rolling on a rest day, working out the kinks in those tight muscles, really stretching them out, helping them get that blood flow back in and relaxing them a little bit is great to do as active recovery on a rest day. Again, like yoga and stretching, or just a nice walk. Like, if you live in a city, pick 20 blocks and walk 20 blocks. It's a great walk. Great walk. That's fantastic for rest day. And, again, You can just shoot some hoops. I'm not saying play 5-on-5, not 1-on-1. Like you're not trying to be competitive. Just go outside, shoot some hoops, throw some baseball. But active recovery in that instance is fantastic. Yes, you could use biking or running, like steady state cardio. So steady state cardio is fine for active recovery. But again, I'm not a proponent of sort of promoting cardio just because I think it's easier to erase calories from your diet than it is to run. But if you enjoy to do it, steady state cardio is fine, as well as active recovery, as long as it is not increasing the stress in your life. So a light run, fine. No sprinting, but just a light run. Another active, and you know what? I'm going to throw this into active recovery because it's not, well, your muscles are being active, but you're not being active. Massage. Obviously, you're going to be a little sore. You might even be a little sore after a massage if it's a good massage, because those muscles are breaking down and getting spread out and loosening up and really opening up. So you might be sore the next day as well. But massage is a great active recovery as well. So it's one thing that I try and do every 6 weeks. I need to do it more often. But massage is great. So you can do that on an active recovery day. Schedule that massage, get it done, and enjoy it. Another key, huge key, I would say, in the words of, that rapper that I don't know. I'm like the worst right now. DJ Khalid. Yeah, right? That's his name? I listen to his stuff sometimes. A huge major key, water. Water. Drink water. We know this on the days we're working out. Got to get water in the muscles, help them, work out at their best. But even on your rest days, don't stop drinking water. Keep drinking plenty of water. Stay hydrated. Those muscles need it even on your rest days. And your liver needs it to optimize fat burning on rest days and every day. Because if you're dehydrated, your body is not optimizing its ability to burn fat as well in the liver. And your muscles are going to be a little dried out and they're not going to have the energy that they need. Because we're like 90% water. So drink water. Another one that I think is good, and I'm throwing this in there for a lot of people. I don't really do a lot of meditating, but even just breathing. So breathing and meditating. There's a few really great breathing exercises you can do at home that doesn't really involve meditating. I'll put some links in the show notes as well. But taking time to just breathe, meditate, give your body the oxygen that it needs, and really just bring your stress levels down. That's a really great way to make your rest days more effective because your body's getting the oxygen it needs to fuel its cells, to fuel that process, to make your fat burning more effective. So breathing and meditating are key. One area where a lot of people sort of get off, and you know what? I want to say I think this was in the past, but I have to assume that most people don't know. So you could know, and you could be like, gee, Rob, you're not telling me anything different. But I have to assume that most people don't. Continue eating protein and veggies on your rest days. A rest day is not an off day to cheat. And there's a few articles out there about that. Like, rest days aren't cheat days. Well, I know that, but maybe you don't. But continue eating your protein. Keep that protein in your veggies. You don't want to let go of your nutrition on a rest day because, again, your body's building muscle. It needs that nutrition to fuel that muscle, to rebuild it during that time frame so you can get back in the gym the next day. So continue eating protein and veggies, especially on rest days. If you happen to cycle calories and you have higher calorie days on the days you work out and lower calorie days on the days you rest, just make sure you have plenty of protein and veggies on those rest days to keep you full and keep you from being gratuitously hangry. This one is a bit hard, and I know I mentioned it on before, but controlling outside stressors. If it's physically or emotionally draining, don't do it. That's hard because I know we all have a life, and you can't control your partner, and you can't control how they feel or what they think or say or do, and you can't control your business partners. You can't control kids. There's so much you can't control, and that's one thing you got to learn. It's the things you can control that you should put forth effort in changing. The things that you can't control are not worth worrying about. But stress is a huge, huge problem, and one thing that will really nullify a lot of your gains and prevent you from getting to your goals. So start examining the physical and emotional stressors that you have and think about how you can lessen them, and try and avoid those on rest days. I mean, you want to try and avoid the emotionally stressor things every day. Especially if you're high energy and my hand is shaking right now as I'm doing this, I'm shaking a can of Coke. That's that sort of your central nervous system is always on and you're always sort of jittery. Even if you're caffeinated out the wazoo and you have trouble sleeping, be very careful about that. And I'll go into this in a minute about caffeine, but you're always going to be wired and your stress level is always so high. Your body's always on alert, and that's really going to affect your rest days and your body being as optimal as it needs to be. So be on the lookout for those things. Breathing meditation, limit caffeine. So I mentioned that limit caffeine late in the day. There are some people I know who will have less caffeine on the days they work out and more caffeine on the days that they rest, only because they are cycling calories. So they get a little extra hunger blunting effects from the caffeine on rest days. In one of my life rules, I have a rule that I don't drink caffeine past 3 p.m. And I stick to that rule because my sleep is valuable, very valuable. With horrible sleep, I don't perform as well in everything, as a writer, as an entrepreneur, as a coach, or in the gym. So make sure that your caffeine is not coming later than what I would say 4 p.m. If you're going to bed by 10, that caffeine, you really should watch that caffeine and even bring it back to 2 or 3 o'clock as your last cup. The half-life is 6 to 8 hours. So keep that caffeine in control on rest days, because the number one thing to make your rest days more effective and the number one recovery tip: sleep, motherfucking sleep. I cannot stress that enough. And I don't mean when I say sleep, I mean quality sleep. You could sleep 9 hours a night. I'm in bed at 10 o'clock. I wake up at 7. But if you're waking up 2 or 3 times in the night and rolling over constantly, that's not quality sleep. I would rather you get 6 hours of hard, dead to the fucking world sleep than tossing and turning. Sleep is so crucial to everything. I've covered this before in another podcast, but burning fat, optimally burning fat, your body's got to have the rest that it needs to really build the muscle that your body wants to build, to repair from the workouts you've done. You've got to get the sleep. And I mentioned limiting the caffeine, but if you notice that you are jittery all day and you're always sort of on this high and you're always buzzing, your nervous system is always buzzing, it's hard for you to fall asleep. Look at your surrounding environment. Are you going to sleep with music? Your body always needs something on. It can't, it struggles with silence. And I understand that. I used to go to sleep with music. I listen to music I actually burned out an Xbox, my first Xbox, by listening to music every night it overheated. I get that. But sleep is so crucial. So if you can, the tips that I gave in that other episode, black it out, keep the room colder, turn off all the noise, and just, I know it's silence and you're going to struggle with it, but after a couple of days, you're going to notice your sleep is so much better. So limit that caffeine, drink plenty of water, active recovery, walking, light yoga, stretching, massage, do some sort of meditating or breathing. Just breathe. Good deep breaths, plenty of protein and veggies. Don't take a break from your diet on rest days. Control your outside stressors. If it's physically or emotionally draining, don't do it. And again, you'll have to figure that out on your own. I can't really give you anything to figure out that. You just got to watch and start noticing yourself in those periods. Limit your caffeine and get sleep. You gotta get sleep. You gotta get sleep. I think we are so sleep deprived. And I admit right now, guys, I'm recording this episode and I didn't sleep as well last night as I wanted to. I'm not perfect. Some nights I sleep great. Some nights I'm in bed late. I toss and turn. And some of it is, we all have the same issues. We have fights with loved ones. We have stresses of work. For me, it's my mind is always sort of thinking about what to do next. I'm pumped about writing something. So just easing your mind down at the end of the day, but really getting that sleep. And some nights you'll have great sleep. Some nights you won't. And the nights you don't have great sleep is the days you need to really listen to your body and avoid those high stressor things. So sort of a couple of recovery tips in lifestyle, because this is something my client asked me about, sort of lifestyle, foods, lifestyle, things to do, how to prep for the next day and be ready to rock. Again, keep your nutrition on point. Follow your protein, your carbs, your fats, eat plenty of vegetables. Keep that nutrition on point. Again, I said control outside stress. It's going to be a little bit difficult sometimes. I get that, but just start to be cognizant. How to get prepared for the next day. One thing I love that one of my clients, Draper, has been doing, which is amazing. He schedules his workouts in Google Calendar and treats it as a meeting, like a meeting he cannot miss. So do that. If you can schedule your workouts for the week, put them in. If you do your scheduling at the end of the day for the next day, put that workout into your calendar and be like, nope, boom, I'm here. Like you can't fuck with me. That's my time. So schedule that workout, get your gym clothes ready, have your bag ready by the door. Some people love to put their clothes right beside their bed. So it's the first thing they grab in the morning. There might be people who actually sleep in their gym clothes. I don't know. I don't understand anyone who doesn't sleep naked, to be honest. Like that doesn't make any, come on. All right, whatever. But yeah, put your gym clothes, your shoes, all that right there. First thing you grab in the morning, put the bag right there. So that's a way to get prepped for the day. Meal prep stuff. Have your lunch ready for the next day. Like it should literally take you 2 minutes the night before to have your lunch ready, sitting at the edge of the fridge. And I'm not in the back because you push things back, like right at the edge. First thing you can grab in the morning with your breakfast, pull it out, get going. Again, drinking more water, limit your alcohol on recovery days. Just because, again, that's going to take calories away from your body that it could be using to build muscle and recover. But it's also going to affect sleep. When you drink later at night, it can affect your quality of sleep during your sleep. So sort of limiting your alcohol. And you guys know I love my whiskey. But I do tend to not drink on recovery days, on rest days. I will drink on a workout day because I factor it in. And look, here's the thing. It's not necessarily the best thing either on a workout day. Because, it might hamper my recovery the next day, but it might hamper my sleep that night. But I'm also not drinking every single night. So just know that, sort of limit your alcohol, drink more water, What's your caffeine that day? And again, foam rolling, light stretching, but really sleep. No, really 3 keys or 3 tips for the best recovery. Controlling your outside stressors. Okay. And things that can help you do that, meditating and breathing, proper nutrition, get plenty of your protein, get your carbs, your fats, get your nutrition that you're supposed to get, plenty of vegetables. If you're cycling, plenty of protein and veggies that day to keep you full. And then number one, I cannot stress anymore, sleep. Got to keep that sleep on point. Got to keep that sleep on point. So that's how to make rest days less boring, how to make them more effective. If you guys have any questions about rest days, or if you have a really fun rest day activity you love to do that's not crazy stressful or something I didn't cover, hit me up, sidequestfitness@gmail.com, or on Twitter, SideQuestFM, and let me know what your favorite rest day activity is. Guys, get out there and keep kicking ass at life.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records, and with the help of the guests you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key bamf right here. You wanna meet him, there's no better way to greet him than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.